Could Sarah Platt be heading towards another deadly confrontation in Coronation Street? The latest chapter of Sarah's prison nightmare looks set to become even more explosive as her former friend-turned-enemy Casey, played by Emma Matthews, takes a sinister turn. Sarah could soon find herself fighting for survival and may be forced to take drastic action against yet another dangerous enemy. While Sarah's police officer boyfriend Kit Green, portrayed by Jacob Roberts, and her former boyfriend Gary Wendendez, played by Mikey North, have both been determined to protect her from facing the consequences of killing Theo Silverton, played by James Cartwright. It initially appeared that she might somehow escape the worst possible punishment for her first killing. Unfortunately for Sarah, things have not worked out that way. Her time behind bars has already been extremely difficult, with the vulnerable prisoner repeatedly finding herself targeted and physically attacked by some of the more intimidating inmates. While Sarah at least appeared to have someone she could rely on in Casey. However, that friendship has now completely fallen apart after Sarah realized that Casey only befriended her because she knew about her relationship with Kit. Casey believed having a connection to a police officer could eventually prove useful. Her suspicions were confirmed when she tried to take advantage of Sarah's relationship with Kit after her son was arrested for an armed robbery. Unfortunately for Casey, Sarah had already ended her romance with Kit. Sarah made the painful decision to break up with the police officer because she feared their relationship could put his career and future at risk. Although the split left both of them devastated, Sarah believed it was the only way to protect him. When Sarah explains the situation to Casey, however, she receives anything but sympathy. Instead, Casey becomes aggressive and warns Sarah that she could face serious consequences unless she manages to persuade Kit to intervene and help secure her son's freedom. Desperate to find a solution, Sarah turns to Todd Grimshaw, played by Gareth Pierce, for advice. Todd encourages her to approach Kit and ask for his assistance. But when Sarah contacts Kit, he makes it clear that there is nothing he can do to help Casey's son. Predictably, Casey reacts badly to the news, and Sarah soon realizes just how dangerous her situation has become. With Casey now viewing her as an obstacle, Sarah begins to fear that her own life could be at risk inside the prison. Things become even more disturbing the following week when Casey attempts to intimidate Sarah by showing her photographs of her son, Harry Platt, played by Joshua Levy, while he is staying at a friend's house. Sarah is already horrified after discovering that a photograph she had of Harry has been vandalized, with her son's face deliberately scratched away. Terrified that Harry could be targeted next, Sarah contacts Adam Barlow, played by Sam Robertson, and warns him about what is happening. Adam, Kit, and Bethany Platt, portrayed by Lucy Fallon, then begin looking into the situation, including investigating the mother of Harry's friend to establish whether there is any connection to Casey's threats. Meanwhile, Sarah decides she cannot simply wait for someone else to protect her. She secretly takes several pool balls from the prison recreation room and places them inside a sock, creating a crude but potentially dangerous weapon. Sarah is clearly preparing herself for the possibility of a confrontation with Casey, and judging by what follows, she may have little choice but to defend herself. Outside the prison walls, Kit tells Bethany that he intends to use threats of his own in an attempt to keep Sarah safe. However, his mother, Bernie Winter Allahan, played by Jane Hazelgrove, steps in and urges him to stop putting Sarah before his own safety and future. With Kit no longer willing or able to intervene, Sarah appears to be left to deal with Casey herself. The tension reaches a frightening new level when Sarah approaches Casey's cell while carrying her homemade weapon. But is Sarah simply trying to protect herself, or is she about to take matters much further? Could Casey become the next person to fall victim to Sarah's desperate fight for survival? And if their confrontation turns violent, will Sarah's already troubled history become even darker? One thing is certain, Sarah's prison ordeal appears to be far from over, and her next encounter with Casey could change everything. Coronation Street star Allison King's life. From off-screen romance to private health battle, Allison King's real life is a world away from Carla Connor's dramatic existence. In Weatherfield, Allison King has become one of the most recognizable faces on Coronation Street, having spent nearly 2 decades portraying the fiercely independent Carla Connor since arriving on the ITV soap in 2006. Played a central role in some of the program's most memorable and emotional storylines, from complicated love affairs and family conflicts to struggles with alcoholism and personal tragedy. Carla has endured countless challenges during her time on the cobbles. More recently, the character has been dealing with fresh turmoil following the devastating stroke suffered by her stepdaughter, Betsy Swain. While viewers know plenty about Carla's turbulent life on screen, Allison's personal story away from Weatherfield is very different. Before becoming one of the soap's biggest stars, Allison enjoyed a long-term relationship with former Coronation Street actor Philip Middlemiss, who is best known for playing Des Barnes. The pair reportedly first met in a bar in Tenerife in 1995 and soon began a romance that lasted for around 5 years. Their relationship appeared to be a happy one, with Philip publicly speaking about how much Allison meant to him during interviews at the time. Despite their strong connection, the couple eventually separated in 2000. Reflecting on the relationship later, Philip admitted that Allison was the only woman he had truly been in love with. He suggested that the pressures of living and working in different cities contributed to the breakup, believing that under different circumstances, their future together might have been very different. Allison later became engaged to Coronation Street sound technician Adam Huckett. Their relationship led to the birth of their daughter Daisy, who is now a teenager. Although the couple became engaged, they never married and eventually went their separate ways in 2012. Following Daisy's birth, Allison openly discussed the challenges of becoming a first-time mother. She explained that the transition into parenthood was far more demanding than she had expected. The actress revealed that she required an emergency cesarean section during the birth and admitted that the exhaustion and lack of sleep that followed were incredibly difficult to cope with. Nevertheless, she described her daughter as the greatest reward and said every challenge had been worthwhile. Several years later, Allison found love again with IT consultant David Stuckley. The couple first appeared together publicly in 2018 before announcing their engagement the following year. Allison revealed that the proposal was not entirely unexpected, as the pair had already discussed marriage and their future together. Although both had previously believed that marriage was unnecessary, their relationship eventually changed their views, leading them to decide that they wanted to spend their lives together. However, reports emerged in 2022 suggesting that the couple had ended their engagement after gradually growing apart during the lockdown period. Allison has also spoken candidly about insecurities she experienced from childhood. She revealed that she sucked her thumb when she was young, something that affected the alignment and appearance of her teeth. The issue left her feeling self-conscious, particularly as she pursued a career in acting. While studying drama, Allison underwent cosmetic dental treatment in an attempt to correct the problem. Clear's throat, however, she later admitted that she was not completely satisfied with the original results and eventually chose to undergo further procedures to improve her smile. The actress explained that years of thumb sucking had altered the position of her front teeth and affected the appearance of several lower teeth near the gum line. In recent years, Allison has also opened up about a difficult period involving her health and well-being. The actress revealed that she experienced significant physical and emotional challenges after losing her mother. During the same period, she also developed a chest infection which she believed she caught while working with young children on set. According to Allison, the illness left her suffering from a persistent cough for an extended period. Constant coughing caused pain in her chest and lung area, leaving her feeling exhausted and physically drained. Coronation Street airs on weeknights at 8:30 p.m.